Confident, confident, confident. I can be confident, 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 confident. I can be confident at work.
Welcome to episode 111 of the Confident at Work podcast. I'm your host and your confidence coach, Anna Manning. And today we are talking about my mission to get every woman behind herself. So my mom got me a birthday card a few years ago, and that beautiful birthday card still sits on the counter in my kitchen now. And the card says on the front in big letters, behind every successful woman is herself. And I loved that card when I got it. And I still love that card now. But when I actually started thinking about whether or not that card was true, I realized that it wasn't. So I work with successful women every day. I coach, I train, and my experience, every successful woman is definitely not behind herself. But I'm going to make it my mission. While I'm here, while I'm breathing, while I have life left in my body, that is why I'm here. To help get every woman, every single last one of you, behind yourself. And I looked at what does it mean to be behind someone? And the definition I found said, when you're behind someone, whether emotionally, in a relationship, or in terms of support, it typically means you're offering backing, encouragement, or protection. So, typically for you and the women around you, do you see them offering themselves backing, encouragement, and protection? Is it true that behind every successful woman is a woman offering herself backing, encouragement, and protection? I wish that that was true. And so help me God, I will work for a world where that is true. Because I think we need it. Yes, we need community and friendship and family. We need other people who are behind us for sure. But let's not leave ourselves ever out of that equation. And if you've left yourself out of that equation to this point, if you wanted other people to be behind you, whether it's your boss, your team, your mentor, your spouse, your parents, yes, you want them to be behind you, offering you backing and encouragement and protection. But don't you also want that from you? Don't you also deserve that from you? You're the one that's there 24/7. You're the one that's there when you wake up at 3 a.m. You're the one that's going to be there throughout your entire life, throughout your entire career. You're going to witness the lot. In fact, you're the only one. You're the only one who's going to witness the lot. You're the only one who can be behind you all the time and all the way, because ain't no one else even there that much of the time. Yes, we need other people to be behind us. Yes, we want other people to be behind us. But I also want you to be behind you. Backing, encouragement, protection. Imagine a world where you were squarely and fully behind you. If you're visual, can you imagine you actually behind you? Would you be standing with your hands on your shoulders? Would you be standing right by your side? If you were behind you, what might be different? If you were offered every day backing, encouragement, and protection from you, what would be different? And I'm not separating myself from this. I go first. If my mission is to get every woman behind herself, I got to be behind me, right? I've got to offer myself backing, encouragement, and protection every single day, as much as I can. And I'm not saying I'm going to get it perfect. And I'm not saying I do get it perfect. I don't. But I think I do a damn good job these days. I reckon 80% of the time, maybe even slightly higher, I am behind myself. I can say that now confidently. I am squarely behind myself. I haven't always been. My goodness, have I not always been? The way I used to operate was not behind myself at all. I doubted myself. I criticized myself. I held myself to some completely unrelenting and unrealistic standards. I noticed everything that went wrong, but I didn't notice the thing that went right. I heaped guilt on myself for stuff that I'd done in the past that I couldn't even change. Hell, I even used to think that there was something wrong with me. Just generally, not in particular. I shamed myself for some of the ways in which I am and some of the things that I struggle with. I did the opposite of what somebody would do when they would be behind me. I did the opposite of backing, encouragement, and protection. I left myself wide open to those voices that you hear in your mind that would attack you. Was there any protection for me? No. Is there now? Yes. On the rare occasion that inner critic voice decides to pop up, hear what comes back out of my mind. It is protection when needed. I didn't used to encourage myself much either. I didn't used to offer myself that much encouragement. I used to drive myself pretty hard, but I didn't really drive myself with encouragement. I drove myself more with, I don't know, a relentless search for being good enough. You might recognize that too. Fear of failure, wanting to prove something. And yeah, we all do that to a certain degree. But there's another way to drive somebody, isn't there? And we all know it because we all do it. We all do it. When we're squarely behind someone else, we know how we motivate them. With encouragement, with support, with recognition. We do that naturally when we're behind someone. How would you motivate you if you were squarely behind yourself? What would that be like? And how would you offer yourself backing? What would that mean? Would you back your own expertise? Would you back your own experience? Would you back you for the promotion? Would you back you to learn a new skill or attempt to lead a new project? What kind of backing would you offer yourself? If you were squarely and fully behind yourself, what kind of backing would you offer? That could be pretty cool to think about. The one that just came to mind for me would be if I was 100% behind myself, I would back myself to make it my mission to get every successful woman behind herself, to get every woman behind herself. It sounds audacious, doesn't it? But what if I am the right woman for the job? If I was backing myself, I would be like, you are the right woman for the job. This has occurred to you. This is your experience. This is your expertise. This is your training. This is your heart. If I was backing myself, I'd say that's your mission. And you know what else I'd do if I was squarely behind myself? And I bet what you would do if you were fully behind yourself would be to celebrate your success. So when you'd done something right or you'd done something well, you'd be like, oh, well done you. You did that. Good job. When you'd struggled through a long day, you'd be like, oof, that was tough, but you did it. You showed grit. When you tried something for the first time and fallen flat on your face, if you were fully behind yourself, you'd say, that sucked. But guess what? We're going again. And you can do it. I'm proud of you for trying. Now let's get up. We'll do better next time. I still believe in you. You can do this. If you were about to go and do something for the first time, you'd say, you know what? It's the first time. So it probably isn't going to be the best time. But if we start and we stick at it, we'll improve. We'll get there. Doesn't have to be perfect this time. If you were fully backing yourself and you were having a really tough day, you'd pay attention. You'd pay attention to your own concerns, your own thoughts, your own feelings. You'd metaphorically cock your head to one side and be like, oof, that sounds tough. I can see why you'd struggle with that. So let me ask you, are you behind you? Are you behind yourself? And if not, could you be? Should you be? I want to encourage you to really think about whether you could give this a go. Because right now, that card that I've got that reads behind every successful woman is herself isn't true yet. But imagine a world where it was. Imagine a world where all the women around you, your colleagues, your friends, those people who you love, were behind themselves. Imagine that. So as well as having you behind them, they'd have themselves. I wonder what they could do. I wonder what they would offer. I wonder how it would change the world. And I'm in no doubt that it would, in fact, change the world. We know that a great many people in the world are not behind women in the same way that they are behind men. Whether consciously or unconsciously, that is the state of play in our world right now. And yes, we can work to change the systemic factors which create that gender imbalance that we see through every walk of our lives. And sometimes it's difficult in the face of those systemic and those wider factors to be hopeful about even believing that gender parity will exist. And maybe it will not exist within our lifetime. But here's something that we can actually do. Here's a power that we actually have to claim. Get behind ourselves. Get behind yourself and stand there firmly and resolutely, regardless of what the world throws at you. And I want to help you. It's already what all of my work goes to, but I'm going to start being a lot more explicit about the mission to help every woman get behind herself. And I'm going to stand resolutely behind myself as I do that. Let's count ourselves as one of the people who definitely is behind you. And because it is September 2024, if you're listening to this in real time, the doors to the Members Club are currently open. And you are invited, if you're a professional woman, to check out the Members Club and see whether you might want to join and become a member. We have 20 spaces open this September. That is a place where you will be offered coaching, training, and support to get squarely and firmly behind yourself. When you think of feeling more confident at work, this is the work. Because we can't change everything that happens in our external environment. All those systemic factors that we work for, but they exist right now. We have to deal with them. The Members Club is a place where you can be supported. We have live coaching, we have training, and between September and December, we're going to work on this. Setting the foundations for your professional confidence means getting squarely behind yourself. And I'm going to help you do that one step at a time, so that you can find out what life and work is actually like when you have you squarely and firmly behind you. I will leave a link in the show notes. If you are interested in joining the Members Club, click the link and book a call, and we'll chat it through. I'll tell you whether I think it's a good fit. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I did. I feel enlivened, emboldened, and the mission is clear. Get behind yourself. And I will see you in next week's episode.
Confidence, confidence, confident. I can be confident. Confidence, confident. Confident. I can be confident at work.